Nalamada Uttam Kumar Reddy, sir, Honorable Minister for Irrigation and CAD, State Government, Telangana. Let's welcome, sir, for his presentation.
Honorable Chief Minister of Orissa, Honorable Ministers, other distinguished dignitaries, Chairman CWC and friends. At the outset, it's a pleasure and a privilege, and I treat it as my good fortune that I'm able to attend this very prestigious water conference. I congratulate the Ministry of Jal Shakti for having organized this, and I will just give you a very, very brief overview of Telangana irrigation, and without touching on subjects touched by other states. And the end of it, I'd like to make request to the Ministry of Jal Shakti on behalf of the people and government of Telangana, and the MOS and the Honorable Secretary are here. We would like you to please note the request of government of Telangana at the end of my very brief presentation. You can start. Telangana, as most of you know, is the 29th and youngest state of India. It's a matter of some satisfaction that today it's the fastest growing state in India, both in terms of GDP and per capita income. And the irrigation potential created so far is 73.57 lakh acres. Next. Next. Skip this. Yeah. In Telangana, we are contemplating irrigation potential for 127 lakh acres, out of which already irrigation potential is created for 73.57 lakh acres, and balance irrigation potential to be created is for 54 lakh acres. Next. You can skip this, yeah, you can skip this. In Telangana, there are, as of now, existing 73 projects, 34 major and 39 medium projects have been taken up till date. 42 out of these 73 projects are completed, 10 major and 32 medium, and balance 31 projects are ongoing. The total estimated cost of these projects is 2.98 lakh crores, and so far the capital expenditure incurred is 2.08 lakh crores. Balance cost is 90,000 crores, and the Ministry of Jal Shakti would of interest for you to note that today, though we are not in the bigger states, the largest irrigation budget by any state government in Telangana in India is by Telangana. That's how important we treat as irrigation in Telangana. Like I said earlier, total irrigation potential is 127 lakh acres, out of which what has been created under major, medium and minor irrigation is 73.57 lakh acres, and balance IP to be created is 54 lakh acres. I must also mention why we are pushing for more and more IP is that at the moment in Telangana, 27 lakh irrigation borewells are supplied free of cost 24 hours by our government. Next. This is a summary of what I said earlier, that total contemplated irrigation potential is 1,27,000 acres, out of which 73 lakh is already completed, and balance IP is 54 lakh acres. Next. The reservoir capacities in Telangana under existing projects is 596 TMC, and under ongoing projects is 307 TMC for a total of 904 TMC. We are looking at enhancing the capacities of several reservoirs, some from 1.2 to 15 TMC and some from 1.4 to 8 TMC. Next. In Krishna Basin also, we are looking at, these are all ongoing works and some are completed, to enhancing the reservoir capacity to 13.26 TMC in Krishna Basin, Nalgonda district. Next. This is the storage capacity increase in various projects in the state. Next. And this is in other parts of the state. We are relentlessly working on increasing our storage capacity. We want to bring it to the notice of the Ministry of Jal Shakti. For example, under the Palamur Rangareddy lift irrigation project, which has been started for an ayacut of 12.3 lakh acres and will serve the poorest of the areas in Telangana. We have already spent 31,000 crores and the total project cost is 55,000 crores. We request for the Ministry of Jal Shakti to approve the project and give us water allocation for this project. Next. Similarly, these two other projects on Godavari River, Samaka Sagar project and Sitama Sagar project, these are also pending approval at the Ministry of Jal Shakti. It would be of some interest to the Ministry of Jal Shakti. We have already spent over 11,000 crores on this project, already created substantial ayacut, and we are going forward with the project. I request the Ministry of Jal Shakti to give us all the necessary approvals for this project. Next. We have done substantial work in modernizing canal networks. Earlier in a World Bank funded project, we had done the canal modernization of Nagarjuna Sagar project, and in other project under state plan, we did the modernization of canals of the Nizam Sagar project, which should be of interest to everybody here. The Nizam Sagar project was a major irrigation project built 100 years back in the time of the Nizam and has been modernized by our government now. Next. Similarly, we have taken up various minor irrigation works. It will be of some interest that minor irrigation, very prestigious projects in Telangana have existed for more than 100 years, built from the time of Nizam in Telangana. Okay, next. In our time, 27,000 tanks have been restored with an expenditure of 5,300 crores for restoring an ayacut of 15 lakhs through desiltation program. I would also like to mention here, I'm not sure what the other states are doing, but Telangana state has followed the national framework for desiltation of major and medium irrigation projects, and we have taken it up on a very big scale now. We request the Government of India to consider funding of the desiltation and desedimentation of major and medium projects. Okay, you can go to the next one. Well, we have worked several projects on enhancing augmentation capacities. Since the time is limited, I'm going to skip this slide. There's a large number of check dams and these kind of minor irrigation works that have been taken up with an expenditure of 2,800 crores. Okay, you can go to the next one. Okay, skip this. Micro irrigation techniques have been followed in a focused manner in certain projects. In the Kaleshwaram project, we have taken it up for 2 lakh acres. Under another Kondapochamma reservoir, we have taken it up for 28,000 crores. In another Mattadivagu project for 1,200 acres. Similarly, in Lower Penganga project for 3,000 acres, we have taken up drip and sprinkler system. Next. In all irrigation projects, along the irrigation canals, along the banks of the canal and in a big way on irrigation lands, we have taken up plantation programs with the irrigation department to increase the green cover of the state. Next. These are a few of the projects that are underway. You can quickly go through them. I'll just cover one issue about the groundwater department. Go to the next slide. Our management of the groundwater situation has been very effective, as this slide shows. In 2014-15, the annual water level of the state was 10.9. We have slowly increased the groundwater level that in this year now the groundwater level has come to 6.99. Now, having given you a brief overview of the irrigation in Telangana as it is, I have certain requests to make to the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Like I mentioned earlier, the largest amount of money being spent by any state in India today on irrigation is Telangana. We request for cooperation and support from the Government of India, both in approvals and funding. I want to make some pointed requests to the Minister of State and the Secretary MOJS. One, ma'am, our issue pending under the KWDT 2, we request you for your intervention in ensuring that all those disputes are settled quickly and in a proper time frame. Similarly, water allocation for many of our projects, which we have already done substantial work and spent substantial money, that is been pending with the MOJS for a long time, whether it is Palamur Rangareddy project or Sitaram Sagar or Sammakasara project, we wish to request for your approval. Also, like I mentioned earlier, we request for financial support, funding support from the MOJS. What our request is specifically where we are having to borrow high interest short-term loans, the central government and the ministry can at least look at subsidizing the interest on those loans so that in the long gestation projects, the projects become viable. Similarly, like I said earlier, we are following the national framework for desedimentation and desiltation. We were told at that time that some funding would be provided by Government of India. We request for Government of India to fund those projects. We can tell you that how effective our irrigation sector is running now. We are a small state, relatively compared to many states. The largest paddy production ever in a single crop in India, in any state, has been in Telangana in the recent Kharif crop. That's how effectively our irrigation sector has run. Also, I request that there's been a letter pending with the Ministry of Jal Shakti. The ministry has funded projects for Ganga cleaning and rejuvenation, has funded many projects for cleaning of rivers and rejuvenation of rivers. Our request with the Government of India for Musi River to be for cleaning, for rejuvenation, has been pending with the Government of India for over 6 months. We humbly request you for your financial support on that. We have requested for 4,000 crores for Musi River to be clean and for another 6,000 crores for the Godavari Musi Rivers link up. I request the ministry to take a positive view on that. Lastly, one issue that has been pending is an issue with the National Dam Safety Authority about an issue in the Telangana. We request for the ministry's intervention for expediting the reports from the NDSA and to give us a way forward on that matter. From this dais, I request the ministry to call for an urgent meeting of the Chief Ministers of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh to resolve all the issues that are pending between the states so that we can go forward in an amicable way. I really appreciate the ministry for having organized this prestigious and very fruitful conference and discussion, and I'm sure that in many ways irrigation in the country, water resources in the country will benefit this conference. Thank you very much for inviting us and inviting us to speak. Thank you very much.